Good evening, Fernwood. It is your talking head, Neil, and it's time for us to pontificate on another episode of Mary Hartman. Mary Hartman. We are watching the 280th episode from April 29th, 1977. Ay caramba, what a big day it was yesterday. So let's see what leads us up to our week-ending episode. Tex ran into Vernon Bales in the break room to see him sabotaging plans for Tom Hartman. Tex has a legitimate question, which is if all of Tom's friends and family and even Tom himself are comfortable with him seeing a psychiatrist, why are they doing it since they want to send Tom up the river? And Vernon explains that if Tom is declared insane, that when Tom comes back with the truthful accusation that Tex and Vernon are responsible for the murder of Dewey, not to mention all of their other white supremacist crimes, then the courts won't take him seriously. Merle Jeter stops in to ask for some of the funds from the telethon that they held a few weeks back, and Vernon explains that the funds are tied up in saving Tom, but also that the cheapest lawyer that they can find is Nat Dearborn. And Merle is comfortable with this because he thinks that all lawyers are pretty much the same, and Tex lets off a flip comment about Tom rotting away in jail. Over in the Hartman kitchen, Mary is putting straws in their holder as she gets a visit from Wanda, who comes bearing an entire gourmet meal. And Wanda urges Mary to sit down even though Mary's not hungry, and Mary just eats little bites off of Wanda's plate. Merle Jeter stops by to talk to Mary about the Tom Hartman case, and Wanda's jealousy kicks in pretty hard. Mary seems to think that the meal that she's put in front of Merle needs a little something, so she gets a bottle of some kind of condiment out of the fridge, and eventually she's able to come up with a combination she thinks is just right. Over in the jail, Tom Hartman, who has been accused of murder, is sinking lower and lower into the depths of his depression, and he is greeted by Dennis Foley, who still says that he's not planning to visit Mary Hartman. Then Wanda brings a meal over and sparks Tom's jealousy when she mentions that Merle was visiting. Tex also overhears when Tom says that he has some bad feelings about Dennis Foley. Wanda leaves with some reassuring words, and then Tex tempts Tom with a bottle of cheap liquor. And as Tex leaves, Tom takes the bottle and goes to pour it out, and then takes a swig, goes to pour it out again, and then this alcoholic is going to go on a binge. And we ended yesterday's episode with the Haggers, Loretta and Charlie, preparing their new child for christening. And the feral boy will have nothing to do with having clothes put on it as the guests start to arrive. Loretta and Kathy both check in that they know that Dennis Foley is in town and that they need to protect Mary Hartman from seeing him, and more folks show up for the baptism. Loretta announces that Mary Hartman is going to be the godmother of the child, and Mary explains that the godfather is in jail having been accused of murder. Charlie brings the child in to start the ceremony, and they struggle a bit, and eventually this ends in chaos, with the child falling into the pool and running all over the house, and Mary suggests that perhaps it would be better to delay the baptism. Everyone, we ended yesterday's episode with a bit of wackiness. I have no idea what to expect today, but it's Friday, so it may be something big. Let's get going.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman! Well, let's start at the beginning. What is the child's name?
The truth is that we have not actually thought of a name for him
But
yet.
we are working on it at this very moment, and we're thinking fierce hard about what it should be, you know.
Yeah.
Well, under the law, the child must go through the proper channels for adoption. Until he is legally adopted, he'll have to be placed in the county center for juveniles.
Well, he can't be taken from our home because, you see, it's taken us all this time to figure out how to gentle him and everything. And, of course, it would drive him plumb out of his little old gourd if he was put off with some strange folks. See, the thing is that Bigfoot raised him and left him here on our doorstep, which, of course, makes us the chosen parents.
And whose judgment do you think the courts will accept? Mine or Bigfoot's? I'll determine where the boy stays, not some forest creature who could hardly be trained in child psychology. Of course, Dr. Maddock did tell me these were unusual circumstances.
Unusualer than a six-legged mule with three tails.
Charlie, I knew they was unusual, and I ain't even had no special training or nothing.
In view of the circumstances, our department might allow the child to remain here until adoption proceedings have been completed. We'd have to be assured that you are properly qualified, of course.
Oh, well, we're definitely qualified. I can assure you of that. Charlie and I is what a lot of people refer to as the American ideal couple.
Oh, all very impressive. But we'd need character references, of course. Who are your friends?
Well, we're friends with practically everybody in the neighborhood.
Not very discriminating?
No, we don't take with that.
True. For instance, let's see now, like Tom and Mary Hartman, they live right next door, and they're our very best friends.
Hello.
Oh, Mary! Hi! Oh, see, Mary Hart, speak of the devil, do you believe it? Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Listen, say howdy to Miss Finken here.
Howdy, Miss Finken.
Ms. Finken.
Ms. Finken.
Yeah. She's a very important type social worker, and we was just talking about you right there.
Really? Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is it because, you see, my husband is in jail for first-degree murder.
Oh,
But
Mary.
it was just a mistake. It was just a mistake. I mean, don't think anything about it. Pay no attention to it. We don't.
Mary, you don't understand. She don't care about Tom being in jail.
Oh, why are you here? Because Ma's a kleptomaniac? Because you know she's cured. No, she really is. All she does now is take a nap. That's a little joke I made up. That's just a little, it's just a, you know, you take a nap. You can't take a nap. You know what I mean? It's a joke. It's just a, you want some coffee, Mrs. Finken?
Now I remember where I've seen you. You're the Mary Hartman who had a nervous breakdown on the David Susskind show.
Oh, did you happen to catch that?
She's okay now. She's not nervous nor broken down anymore. She's just fine. Hi, darling.
Oh, shh. Get away. No, get away. Scat.
Get in.
Mrs. Haggers, I'll arrange for the child to stay here on one condition.
Name it and you got it.
Whatever.
You'll have to enroll him in public school immediately.
Great idea.
School. He can't talk rightly now. I mean, he can't even talk really. I mean, the other kids, they're going to tease him past endurance.
Oh, yeah, no, that wouldn't be fair at all to him.
It's the law. If you don't enroll him in school, I'll see that he's removed to the county facility.
Really?
Coming?
Oh my God, company. Who's coming here? My wife. Is my wife coming?
No. Wouldn't be her. It's a little too early for her. I think I heard talk about her spending the night over at the Bidawee Motel with Merle
What?
Jeter.
Well, you shut up, you filthy pig. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth or I'll shut it for you permanently.
Hey, take it easy. Now, I could be wrong about that. I mean, maybe it wasn't Merle Jeter at all. Maybe it was Dennis Foley.
Shut up, damn it! Just shut up! Shut up!
Boy, you know something? She sure is a sexy little gal. All them men chasing after her. Dude, get out of here with that. Stop that.
Ow! Listen, I'm telling you, I'm warning you, Texas. I am warning you.
Hey now. Relax, boy. Just relax, all right?
I'm gonna get you. I swear to God, I'm gonna get you. I'll get you. I'll kill you, you turkey! I'll kill you, you hear me? I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I really will, I'll kill you! I'll kill you, you bum, you rat bum, I'll kill you!
All right, stop it in there!
Shut up! Stop it! Shut up!
Shut up!
Is he always this demonstrative?
I don't know about that, but you ought to see him on his violent days.
I'll kill you, I mean it, I'll kill you!
You better not go in there. He'll probably tear you to pieces.
Fine. I'll talk to him from out here.
Huh. Hey, why don't you just have yourself a seat right here?
Thank you.
I swear to God, I'm gonna get you.
Relax,
The last
boy.
thing in the world I ever do, I'm gonna get you, I mean it. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna get you. I mean it! I'll kill you!
I'm Dr. Williams.
I know who the hell you are. You're the shrink, right? They sent you over here because they think I'm crazy, right?
Do you have any idea who this they might be that are...
The they is Vernon and Texas and the rest of the GGG, that's who.
GGG?
Yeah, the GGG.
Don't believe that I know what that is. What's the GGG?
The GGG is a secret, lousy, underground organization.
Ah, secret, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, they're the ones who put me in this cooler in the first place, huh? They're out to get me. They got me up here in a murder rap, for God's sakes. You know that? They think I killed Dewey. They tell everybody that I didn't. I didn't. They're framing me.
So there's a secret underground organization that's out to get you. Now, let me ask you, does anybody else know how terrible these people are, or are you the only one who knows?
I'm the only one. I'm the only one. They got everybody else fooled. I'm the only one because everybody else is in the damned organization.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Really? That's interesting.
All my friends. They're in it.
All of your friends are out to get you.
Well, I mean, no, I don't mean that. I mean, they're all in it. They've been taken in, see? All of them, even my wife.
You're the only one who knows what's really going on, though.
Yes, I'm the only one. The GGG has got them all fooled. I mean, they give them hootenannies, square dances, and moo-moos.
Moo-moos?
Yeah, that's their official uniform.
I see. This vicious, all-powerful organization wears moo-moos?
Yeah, they're murderers.
Figures.
Yeah, they killed Dewey.
Let me ask you this. Can you think of anyone else who's out to get you?
Come here. Texas is out to get me.
Chief of police?
Yeah, he killed Dewey.
He's not black.
I know, but he killed Dewey. I saw him do it.
You saw him kill Dewey?
Yeah, he took a torch to Dewey's place. He set a torch to it, and Dewey was in the place.
You don't have too high an opinion of our police force, do you?
Oh, God, our police force, a bunch of bums. Hell, they're bums. They're bums. They put the murder rap on me. They got me here in the cooler. And they know what they're doing now? They're chasing after my wife.
Wait a minute. The police force is chasing after your wife?
Yeah.
The entire police force or just certain members of it?
One certain member, Dennis Foley.
He's after your wife?
Yeah.
I see. I just met Sergeant Foley out there. He's the desk sergeant here, you know. And he told me that he had just returned to Fernwood. He's been away. So I guess he couldn't figure into this plot to frame you for the murder of Dewey.
Look, he's in on another plot.
Well, there's another plot.
Sure, there's another, but don't take no genius to figure that one out. Hell, you know what he did? He found out that I was here in the cooler, right? Mm-hmm. So he decides to hot-foot it on back to Fernwood so he can go chase that after my wife. He tries to make it with my wife, right?
I see.
But he's not going to get away with it, I'll tell you what. I'm going to get all of them. Yeah, I'll get them all. Swear to God, I'll get them all. Kill them all of them. All of them.
Okay. Can you think of anyone else who might be after your wife?
You're damn right. Sure. Merle Jeter.
The mayor?
Yeah.
The mayor of Fernwood is lusting after your wife?
You better believe it. He gave her a chicken.
Let me see if I understand this. The mayor of Fernwood gave your wife a chicken in an attempt to seduce her. Is that right?
That's right. All right.
Mr. Hartman,
What?
do you have a good attorney?
Look, the GGG is trying to give me one, see, but I'm not gonna let him do that. I won't let him do that.
GGG again. Huh?
Sure, yeah.
It's the same group that's trying to frame you for Dewey's murder is trying to ensure that you have a proper defense.
Sure, they're smart, see?
Well, Tom, I'm glad we had this little chance to talk and just clear things out. So, why don't you lie down and rest for a while? Quite a while. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. See you, Doc.
Hi, sweetheart. Hello, Kathy.
What's the matter, Kathy? Don't you say hello to your own mother?
That woman is not a friend of mine.
That woman is your mother.
Mothers don't steal your boyfriend. It's tacky.
After you, Mary.
I'd like to sit on the outside. Tom prefers it if I sit on the outside. I mean, that is when he's not in jail, you know. He says the other way, I just cause a lot of bother to everyone, you know, in case I have to go to the little girl's room or anything like that. But actually, you know, since he's in jail and he isn't here, I really ought to take advantage of it, shouldn't I? And just sit anywhere I want, huh? I'll sit on the outside.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you, Mary, that whatever and wherever you want to sit or do or anything, tonight is your night, okay? Because now we've decided here that you have just had all your troubles and woes too much, and tonight is a little vacation, okay?
Oh, well, I just can't thank you enough. It's just so sweet of you to invite me out like that. In fact, you know what I did? I had such a nice leisurely bath. In fact, it was so leisurely that really for about 5 minutes there, I really got scared that my skin was going to stay shriveled.
Boy, this is going to be such a fun evening. It really is.
I'm going home.
What?
I'm just really so depressed about Tom. I think I'm just going to be a wet blanket, that's all.
Mary, hon, it's your party.
I know, but I just would be no fun at this. You know what I mean? I just feel so
Mary, I turned down 2 dates. You're going to stay here and have a good time if it kills you.
Also, Mary, Charlie and I did kind of go to an awful lot of trouble to get a sitter for our new little child, you know, plus the expense.
Yeah, ex-Marines don't come cheap.
Okay, well, then I'll stay. And you know what I'll do? I'll pretend that I'm having a good time, even though I'm miserable, because you are such good friends of mine.
Right. What's anybody having to drink?
Water.
What? Oh, come on, Mary. Have something a little stronger than that.
I'll have a cold glass of water.
I want a double zombie.
You know what I want, darling.
Yeah, I do, sweetheart, but you gotta wait till we get home for that.
Oh, Charlie!
He's just kidding, Mary.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, what a character.
Almost like a little kneecap right on his forehead.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Hey, there's Mary.
Oh, Merle, hey, just the two of us tonight, okay?
Yeah, sure. Excuse me 1 second.
Jim.
Hey, ladies. How are you?
Hi.
How you doing there? Good to see you. Listen, we're just going to stay a second, so, well, thank you anyway.
Thank you.
Oh, there you go. Poor Mary.
You know, Merle, I think if you made a sincere effort, you might think of something else to talk about.
Well, what's about it, you want? I'm just showing a little Christian compassion here, for God's sake. She happened to have suffered a tremendous setback here today.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Did you forget to bring her a toy?
That's really funny, you know that.
I
You have a
thought
great
so.
sense of humor. The fact is that Tom's psychiatrist told Mary that Tom is crazy as a loon.
Balloon? Oh, that's ridiculous. Look, Tom is no more crazy than... Well, it's just ridiculous, that's all. It's some silly mistake, and they'll straighten it out.
Who?
Well, whoever. Somebody will straighten it out. Look, could we just, tonight, forget about the Hartmans? How about paying a little attention to me?
I'll be glad to. Be my pleasure. Can I get you a mixed drink or something? A little stinger? See how I remember all those things?
Make it a double.
Be right back. Hey, Mother Shumway. How you doing?
Oh,
Hi,
hello,
Charlie.
Merle.
How you doing?
You want nuts?
No,
Here
we go. Here we go.
Great.
Glass of water for Mary.
I think it's a
Double
good
zombie, was
idea. I
that
love
what?
it. Yes.
And that's yours, honey.
And Kyle would like.
And that's mine. Now then, I propose a toast.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
A toast to our dear friend Mary Hartman, than which there
ma'am.
has never been a better friend or a nicer person than she is the nicest. I think I got my tongue kind of twisted around on that one, but you know what I mean.
Here we go.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Amen and praise
Thank
the Lord. You
Kathy,
bet.
I missed you.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Here we go.
I would like to make a toast now to the Hagger's little wild boy.
Drink up.
Here's to him.
I just never had that much fun being miserable before.
You know, we need some nuts.
Yeah.
Well,
Good idea. Get
Yeah,
some.
I'll get
Oh,
some.
this is good.
Want to taste?
Oh, you know.
Charlie. Honey, what's wrong?
What?
What's wrong? Charlie, what are you doing, honey? I'm tired, kind of, all of a sudden. I think we really better be moseying up.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The party has just started. How about another round? Ow! Well, what about another round of drinks?
Well, you want another one? Okay, I'll get it. I'll get some nuts too. Just you sit right there. I'll take care of everything. Don't nobody move.
Hurry, Charlie.
Martha, could we have that once again? Could we have some nuts, please?
Okay.
Hello, Charlie. How you been?
Okay,
How's the boy?
fine. Fine. Martha, could you hurry that up, please?
Oh, all set. All set, Charlie. Oh, Dennis Foley.
Miss Shumway. It's nice to see you again.
Oh,
Well, how long have you been working here?
oh, not long.
Well, I think I would like a beer.
One beer coming up.
Oh, great.
All right, there's a nut, and there's your
Oh,
drink.
good.
Kathy.
Oh,
Now
they're
drink
dry
up.
roasted.
Yeah, everybody, let's just, drink up here now. You ready? Yeah, I really think it's time we all went home.
What are you talking about?
All right, just as soon as
Ow! Oh, yeah, I really think we should get home.
Yeah.
I really do, yeah. I just feel
all
good
right,
sick or
just as
something.
soon as I finish my drink, okay? Because if I drink water too fast, I get nauseous. Okay, so
Relax, but
Strange.
What?
Well, a while ago, they had that little party going full swing. Now it's just laying there like an old dog. I think what must have happened there is the shock of what happened to Tom, must have been setting in over there.
I may be wrong, but I don't think that's what it is.
excuse me.
come on, Mary.
Yeah, really.
All right. Look,
Okay, you ready? Let's
all
go.
right,
Yeah,
all
let's
right. I
go.
don't know what the big rush is all of a sudden, but if you want to go, we'll go.
Yeah, let's
That's
go.
Okay.
I gotta get my hat.
Oh.
know it's one of those things that you expect to happen. It's like this entire week has been building up to it, and I still have trouble with it. We start with the social worker and Charlie and Loretta trying to figure out exactly the best way to move forward with the feral child, and just not being able to come to terms with the reality of this kid who has very special needs. And in this case, basic socialization is something that is beyond this child at the moment. They haven't figured out how to do any of this stuff, which is very important for any kid. Mary comes over and explains the situation in a way that makes it sound kind of awful for someone who's trying to adopt, which, you know, I would be glad if Charlie and Loretta could adopt this kid. But definitely having all of this weird sort of criminal story in the background, or your friends, that could be a factor. I don't really know. Again, I think adopting a kid is a little bit more complicated than my experience can tell you. And Ms. Finken recognizes Mary from the David Susskind show, which would be the end of last season when Mary had her nervous breakdown. Again, your friends have problems. Everyone has problems. So it just seems a little bit much when you put it all together in this show. Which brings me to the next scene, which is Tom getting driven a bit crazy with jealousy by Tex, because Tex knows that Tom has jealousy issues related to Merle and to Dennis Foley. And this is when Dr. Williams comes back, who we really haven't seen since Mary left the asylum. But in this case, Dr. Williams is back, and Tom is saying everything that he knows, that we know is correct. He is correct about the things that he is saying, and it all sounds a bit odd, a bit mad. And in my experience working with mental health, you know, talking to police, for instance, about these things, you can't really discount things that sound like delusions. In this case, Tom is not talking about being abducted by aliens or something that is completely fantastic, but talking about real people that can be investigated. You can investigate Dennis Foley to know that he had an affair with Mary. You can investigate the GGG, even if it sounds like it's made up, and yes, they wear muumuus, so that sounds a little bit odd, but that is a real thing. You can't know when you are talking to someone who sounds delusional exactly what the level of delusion is. You can assume, but that can be investigated. You can still look a little bit deeper. And in this case, that's not what Dr. Williams does. He hears all of this mess of stuff, which is quite a lot, and presumes that Tom is crazy, which is not proper mental health talk, but that's where the show is going. And then we end our episode with our third scene in the Capri Lounge with all of our friends that are home, right? Mary comes with Charlie and Loretta, and Kathy, who is not speaking to Martha because Martha has stolen Mac's attention. Wanda and Merle show up, and Wanda really wants to focus on the relationship with her and Merle, but Merle is somewhat one eye on Mary. And the big bomb of this scene is that Dennis Foley shows up. When we've talked to Dennis this week, he made pretty clear that he had no intention of seeing Mary. So I'm a little bit surprised and a little bit sickened that he didn't just leave. And I know that so many viewers of this show feel that Mary and Dennis belong together, and they certainly have a chemistry, but I have so many issues with Dennis. All of the people at the table are recognizing exactly what's going on, and they do not want Mary to notice Dennis there. To the extent that Merle notices, because Merle wasn't involved in pretty much any of Dennis's storyline. He seemed to be the person paying attention to, when Merle got interested in Mary, Dennis was out of the picture. Like during season 1, Merle was really interested in Loretta. And that is completely forgotten at this point. Merle's got his one eye on Mary, and Wanda certainly has a reason to feel uncomfortable with that. And all of the friends, Charlie and Loretta and Kathy, all know that Mary really, with Dennis, could be some trouble. And it's awkward to watch Mary drink that glass of water for what felt like a minute, because, you know, they're trying to get out of the place before Mary can see Dennis. But then she drops her purse on the floor, and that's an awkward moment there too, because we see those hands come together, seeing those hands almost approach each other, seeing Dennis seeing Mary. And just like at the beginning of season 1, Dennis caresses Mary's face. Like I said, I know some folks are rooting for Dennis and Mary together. I have some issues here. Some of that is Mary does love Tom. Yes, they have problems together, but she does have some feeling for Tom. Maybe she's convincing herself that she loves Tom. I think it's a bit more complex than that. Dennis seems to be the fantasy figure of Mary's life. And who knows? And then there's Merle, too, who, you know, I think in this situation comes in third. But it's still a complication for sure that Merle is there. So everyone, this episode hit me in the gut. This week has been working up to that. And yeah, I expect this is where we are going, everyone, for the rest of this series. So thank you so much for watching with me. Thank you so much for leaving your thoughts, feelings, and impressions down in the comments. Thank you for pontificating with me. And we will see you next week in Fernwood.